That's a nice personalised license plate, you fucking asshole. Well, how to basically do rev matching is you pull in the clutch, you select the gear that you want to, so you're going down, or downshift rev matching in particular. So downshift rev matching, you obviously pull in the clutch, kick down the gear. While you're all doing that, at that instant you kick the gear, you give it a slight rev and then release the clutch. But you got to time this in with your engine to the speed in which gear you're going in, to which rev you're doing in that gear. So let's say I'm doing 4.5 at 50 in fifth gear. So when I downshift to 4, to do equal speed, I'm doing 400 RPM more to do the equal speed in that gear. So you got to overcome that 500 RPM difference when you rev match. So that 500 RPM is how much you want to put in. You're not put too much more because the bike's going to jolt forward all of a sudden. If you put too little in, it's not going to do anything. It's going to be the same as the standard gear change. And come on, man. But yeah, basically how to rev match is pull in your clutch, select, so clutch in, select the gear, then do your rev, and then release the clutch. But you got to time it all, you got to be very careful with your throttle, so you do it right. You can't give it too much throttle, you can't give it too little. Too little, it won't do anything too much and the bike might shoot forward. And if you give it extremely too much while you're rev matching it, it might well and truly pop a wheelie on you. Depends how powerful your bike is, and depends which gear you're trying to rev match into. It might well and truly just pop a wheelie if you rev it heaps. Because basically when you downshift like that, you basically dump the gear. But the transition due to your rev matching is so smooth, it literally feels like you're riding an automatic bike. It's that smooth. If you don't rev match, your bike slows down all of a sudden. That's the purpose of it. Changing down a gear gives you engine braking, and engine braking slows you down. On some bikes, the engine braking is not that good. On this bike, I say the engine braking is good. And there's some bikes that engine brake too much. This is one where I say it's good. It's good, but going from a high, like the topper gears, the taller gears, like from 6th to 5th, it starts to get really dramatic, and from 5th to 4th it gets dramatic. So to make it a bit smoother and to chop down gears without slowing down all of a sudden and pissing the guy off behind me, I chop gears, and I chop using rev match. Just like that. See, look, I didn't slow down at all. Somewhere like here, if you're worried that because traffic's bad or there's lots of people around and you just want to have that little bit of extra engine braking, that's when you want to sit in a lower gear. How to flick from the high gear to the low gear without making a variation in your speed or your transmission. And the other thing with rev matching, people say that doing rev matching takes load off your gearbox. It does in a sense, but that load on your gearbox is there to help you slow down. You know, that load on the engine and that engine braking, that's there to help you slow down. And bikes are particularly very good at engine braking. Cars aren't as good because of how heavy they are. But since a bike's so light, the engine braking makes such a difference. Most of the time, so I don't even use my brakes coming up. I only use my brakes like at the last second. Like in situations like this where you're stopping quickly, all of a sudden, yeah, you use your brakes. But like say I'm coming off the motorway off ramp and there's no one up there. This guy in the Mercedes is up my ass tailgating me. You'd probably be like, what is that guy doing? Well, mate, you're tailgating me. I don't fucking like tailgaters. I really don't. People that tailgate, and admittedly, I've tailgated before. I've done it a few times and then realised, wait, I'm tailgating, I'm an asshole. I just despise people that tailgate. Oh shit. Especially when you're on a motorbike and conditions are bad like today, the wind's just blowing a fucking gale. So somebody tailgating me is going to make me a bit self-conscious and a bit, you know, on edge when I've already got the issue of the wind slamming into me. Wind's already knocking me around as it is, let alone having some asshole tailgating me. That's a fucking nice personalised license plate, you fucking asshole. Rage quit. Look at you, you're speeding. Oh, there I'm going slow as shit because wind's slamming into me. Actually, between the mountains here, it's not too bad, but I did just get slammed by wind up there, so I'm expecting when I come around this corner, a gust is just going to hit me. But yeah, Rev Match downshifting allows you to slow down, or to change down gears without your bike slowing down. The higher the speed, the lower the gear, the more rev you have to give it. Not sure if I could sit at 50k in second gear and still Rev Match down to it with it being balanced. Don't think I'm that good. Actually, why am I going in this lane? I don't need to. Fuck it. I just do it because I can. I actually need to be in the other lane. But I used to always, when I first learned how to ride, it's another mistake new riders make. When I first learned how to ride, I only ever really used the front brake because I was scared that if I did the back brake, I would do it too hard. The back would just kick out all the time.